today, let us have our activity as maybe an energizer for you guys. So, our topic is not about data and probability, okay? It's just the principle of it. So, our activity for today is guess the word. So, the class will be divided into two groups. Each group must assign a secretary to write their answers. The next one is a slide containing pics and pictures and jumbled letters will be flashed in the screen. Next one is both groups are given 15 seconds to brainstorm and write their answers in a piece of paper. I assume that you guys already have your. Thank you very much. So when the teacher says answers up, all groups must raise their answers at the same time. Failure to do so, a failure to raise the papers on time results to a 1-point deduction, and the group that will garner the highest score will receive extra 5 points accredited in our examinator. Are you guys excited? Yes. Okay, so in this case, I want Miss Sparcha and Miss Silly to move to the other side, but closer. Then Mr. Escala and Miss. So, who's your secretary? The both of you.
Mrs. Sparcha.
Yes. So, ready when you are. So, here's me. Are you guys ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, let us begin. The first pick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, answers up. What's your answer?
Median.
Very good, you got it right. Okay, the next one. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Two and one. Answers up. What's your answer?
Gold.
Gold. Oh, both of you got it right. Very intelligent students. The next one. Answers up? For sure. I'm so happy that you got our class lesson. Great. So let's proceed. Answers up. Answers up.
Versatile.
Let's see what's the answer. So I guess there is a 1-point advantage to Mr. Escala and Miss Erica's group. So let's move on. So what's the standing? It's 4 and 3, right? Let's go. The next word. Laptops. Answers up? Are you sure it's this side?
No.
Let's see. So we are even now. So it's 4 and 4, right? So let's proceed. Oh, I'll give you 20 seconds for this one. Unlike these pictures. Ten seconds left.
No.
Answers up. Answers up. Answers up.
Measure
measurements.
Correct? Any opinions? Your answers are all correct. Statistics, correct. Any other? Percentage.
Central tendency.
Yes. Central tendency was our topic last time. Do you want to know?
Yes.
Okay, so actually, our topic for today is measures of positions. So, measures of positions. So, let us. So, let's learn about measures of positions. We have here the percentile, the decile, quartile, and interquartile range. So, I have one objective here. It is to define percentile, quartile, and decile rank and explain its roles in comparing data points within a data set. So, let us move on. Measures of position. Measures of position are statistical tools that describe the relative standing of a data point within a data set. These measures help divide a data set into equal parts and provide insight into how individual values compare to the entire distribution. They are used to determine the location of a particular value in relation to the rest of the data. So as we go further into our discussion, you would have the idea on what are measures of positions in statistics specifically. So let's move on. So the next thing, quartile. So quartile, Mr. Scala, please read what is quartile.
So a quartile is a statistical term that describes a division of observations into four defined intervals and measures the spread of values above and below the mean.
So thank you very much, Mr. Scala. As you can see here in our line, we have here the lowest value, quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, and the highest value. So each distribution or each half of the data is considered as 25% of the data. So we have a note here. If the quotient of date is not a whole number, round to the next whole number. So if once we get the quartiles, if it resolves to a decimal, then we need to round it up in order for us to have our measure. So we have here our example. We have here a group of students took a math test and their scores are as follows. We have here 60, 50, 55, 45, 65, 70, 85, 75, 80, 90. So we are tasked to find the quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. Since the first thing that we're going to look at is our given data. As you can see, it's not arranged in ascending order. Look at the terms, the elements of it. So the first thing that we're going to do is to arrange them in an ascending order in order for us to plot our median, as we have discussed beforehand, right? So now we already have our data in an ascending format. We can now locate our median. Mr. Escala, according to our past discussion, how can we find the median of this given?
So in order to find the median, we arrange the data in ascending order and look at the middle of the ascending number in this. For example, we have number 45, 50, and that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the median there is 65 and 70 because that is the middle. And divided by 2, that's why it is.
Well, I'm sorry about this one. It's actually 65 and 70, so this is wrong. So I would like to give an error. So the median is, as what Mr. Escala had said, is 65 and 70. So the next thing that you're going to do is you will add 65 and 70 and divide it into 2 in order for you to know what is your quartile 2 or your median. So please calculate. 65 plus 73, yes.
67.5.
What?
67.5.
67.5. So, what will happen to this one? According to the notes?
Round to the phone number 68.
68 our quartile 2. Then, we next get our quartile 1 and quartile 3. So, the next one is, let me just write the data so that we will have a comprehensive discussion and we will not get confused. So we have already know that our median is here, somewhere here, right? So the next thing that we're going to look at is where is our quartile 1 and quartile 2. So this is the middle, so this will be the lower boundaries and this will be the higher boundaries in the mean. So the thing we can look for quartile 1 by also doing what we did on the median. So here we can see that it has 5, still has 5, 4. But including 65, it will be we have 5 terms here because our median is here. So it has 5. So the middle term or the 25% for our quartile 1 will be what? 50. Yes, 5. How about this one over here?
80.
You sure?
Yes.
Are you sure? Yes. Very good, Mr. Scala. So let us have another example here. Please read Miss Sparsha.
The following numbers represent the daily sales of a store over 10 days. That would be 120, 150, 160, 180, 200, 210, 220, 250, 270, and 300. 541 million.
So let us solve this one together. So is it in order already in ascending order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please dictate it to me.
120, 150,
160, 180, 200,
200, 210,
220,
220, 250, 270, and 300.
So based on our given, what would be our median or middle?
210, 210.
210.
So
200 and 210. So what are we going to do?
205 divided by 2 and divided by 2.
So 200 plus 210 over 2, what is it?
205.
Whoa, very good. 205. That will be our quartile 2. So this is our Q2. How about in our quartile 1? Where's the quartile?
160 or 191.
Very good. 160. How about our quartile 3?
250.
IQ or rule or the interquartile range rule.
Thank you very much. So as you can see here also in our number line, no, our outliers are far away from our interquartile range because interquartile range is used to identify outliers. So outliers are values that is far away from our the compactness of the data. So let us see an example in order for you to visualize. So yes, Mrs. Marsha, please read.
A small company records the monthly salaries in $1,000 of 12 employees, 35 to 8, 40, 42, 45, 47, 50, 52, 55, 58, 100, and 110. Find the first quartile, second, third, and IQR, and identify any outliers.
So since we have already discussed how to get the quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, let us move on to our IQR. IQR is quartile 3 minus quartile 1. So as you can see here, our quartile 3 here 3.5 minus 41 is our quartile 1 is equal to 12.5. So let us see if asa ang range sa atong data. So we have here our lower boundaries since we have here the quartile 1 which is 41, then minus 1.5 times our RQR which is 12.5. So our answer is, our lower boundary is 22.25. In the upper boundaries as well, we have here 53.5 here, then plus 1.5 times IQR is equal to 53.5 plus 18.75 is equals to 72.25. So in this way, if we're going to write the data in order for you to understand why do we need to look for the RQR and the outlier. 47, 50, 52, 55, 58, 100, and 110. So these are data we have here. Our lower boundary is 22.25. Which is here. Here far away. Diba? Wala. Then here sa 72. Here. This one. You can see? 100 and 110. So these elements or satong set, it is considered as outlier. Kaya naman, wala man siya sulod sa lower boundary o sa upper boundary. Kaya dalawa man siya o 72.255. So, namin ko any questions? So, bisan natin tayo sa we need to interpret kung sa atong makuha. So, the middle 50% of salary ranges from $41,000 to $53,500. The salary of $100,000 and $110,000 are significantly higher than the rest and are considered outliers, likely representing executives or special roles. So, nag-guess ninyo? When we are going to apply this one in real life situation. So, sure na dito na nag-guess ninyo?
Yes.
Okay. So, who wants to answer this one? IQR and outlier. You can answer it in your papers. And we're going to get later on. Sige lang, 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes is up, ha? So, the next thing that we're going to discuss is about decile. So, before we delve into decile, what do you think of decile? Kabila siya, iibahin. Sure. Yes. Okay, wow, very good. So, divided siya ika. So, we have here a decile is a quantitative method of splitting up a set of data into 10 equal subsections. So, as you can see here, decile 1, 2, 3, and up to 9. Because the data is divided into 10 equal parts. So we have here the formula of the decile, which is d sub k is equal to k times n over 10, where k is the decile rank and n is the total number of terms. So let's put it into real life situation. Let's have an example. So Miss Constantine, can you read our example?
Okay, so our example is a teacher reported the test scores of 20 students, which are 95, 50, 70, 62, 53, 83, 67, 78, 55, 80, 58, 85, 45, 87, 65, 90, 52, 60, 72, and 74. What is the fourth decile of the test scores?
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Constantine. So let's look at the problem. Does it is it they call that arranged in ascending format or not? Okay, so what's the first thing that we're going to do?
Arrange.
Arrange. So we have here an ascending format or not? Here.
Yes.
Ascending. So very good. So what is asked in the problem?
What is the fourth decile?
Decile. Again, what is the formula of decile?
D sub k is
D
equal to
sub
kn.
Over 10.
What is the formula of decile again?
D sub k is equal to kn over 10.
Ano 10?
Because it is decile.
Very good. So what would be our D?
4 because we are going to find the fourth
And
decile.
how many terms?
20.
Very good. So we have here, oh no, it was not changed. It's supposed to be K.
Yes.
My fault. So we have here dk is equal to our here k and our n substitute the value. So we have here 4 times 20 over 10. Then dk is equal to how 4 times 20? 4 times 20. 80 divided by 10. So our fourth decile is the 8th term. So which is
62.
36 over here. So our interpretation first, therefore the fourth decile is 62, meaning 40% of the students scored below 62, while 60% of the students scored above 60. I mean 62. Okay, do you have any confusion about that? So far. Another problem to be problemized. So I think you guys have already the number IQR and the outlier, right? So this will be written as well. Please take a minute to do you find the lesson a little bit confusing or not? I'm very much related. So it has already been 5 minutes. I hope. Okay, I would have to give a rule. If I see someone writing and when I said stop, I would deduct your score for our evaluation. Okay, so time's up. Let's move on. So we are down to our last one, which is the percentile. So quartile is divided into 4, while decile is divided into 10. How about percentile?
Percentage.
How many division?
Oh,
It depends in percent.
So, we have 100% percentage basis.
That's the most right answer. Okay, so let's move on. So again, percentile is used to understand and interpret data. They indicate the values below which a certain percentage of the data in a data set is found. So again, as you have mentioned a while ago, it's 100%. So we are going to divide the data into 100. So we also have here the reminder that if the quotient of date is not a whole number, round to the next whole number. So let us percentile score. So, again, the first thing that we're going to do is to arrange order. So, we already have done it. So, 72, 78, 85, 87, 88, 90, and 95. The next thing that we're going to do is to
Find the percentile.
what is the formula of percentile?
B sub K equals to Kn over 100.
Very good. So, what would be our case?
RK over Kn. 70.
What? 70%.
Kn percentile.
Like our n would be
10.
because
Percentile student.
very good. So let's substitute our value Kn, K 70, then our n is 10 over 100. Ck is equal to 70 times 10.
700
Over
107.
700 over, oh very good. What is students? So the interpretation of this is the 7/3 would be our 70th percentile. So therefore the 70th percentile of the score in math test is 88. So this is another example. So the following test scores were recorded 30, 45, just the same as the other one. Just still looking for the 70th percentile. So this would be your third for your output for today. I will go to play. So gives 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes up. So that's all for today. So before we move on to our evaluation or to our activity, let's first have the summary. What is the quartile?
Quartile is divided by 4 equal parts.
Oh, very good. How about percentile?
Divided to 100.
Oh, very good. How about our decile? 10. Our IQR?
About
It's about the range.
is the median.
The 50% of our data sets in order for us to find the lower boundary and the upper boundary. So that would be it for our discussion. Please go to your respective groups again. That would be all.